For cheap D2R items, visit aoeah.com. You get 3% off with the code ARIAD. Check the link in the description. Hello and welcome everybody. Since Diablo 4 is out, the Resurrected servers are much emptier and I have produced less D2R content. Some people are wondering how things will continue and if Diablo 4 will even replace Diablo 2 Resurrected. I can clearly answer this question with a no. Of course, Diablo 4 is just new, not even a month has gone past since release, so there is much new content. But in this video, I have 7 points for you why Diablo 4 will not be a replacement for many Diablo 2 players in the long term. Number 1. The item system in Diablo 2 is a class for its own. There are many different affixes whose mechanics you have to understand, such as open wounds, crushing blow or deadly strike. Also, the player must pay attention to certain breakpoints and there are the various popular rune words. In Diablo 4, the complexity develops on a completely different level. The legendary and unique aspects make a lot of difference and there are many different types of damage to understand. There will be also a video about this soon. Point number 2 is related to the first point: trading. In Diablo 2, a gigantic market has developed. It's hard to find a comparison for this. I can't think of any other game where trading with other players is such a factor. In Diablo 4, the trades are currently limited to very few goods, such as rares and gold. And even if something changes, I think items that are bound to your account will remain an integral part of the D4 mechanics. Under point number 3 I list the game rhythm and speed. In Diablo 2, you teleport through the maps in no time and make high frequency runs or farm many different spots one after the other. In Diablo 4, everything takes much longer. If you want to run a dungeon, you have to ride there first, and in the worst case, you get involved into fights on the way. Point number 4 are the skill trees. The skill system is very good in both games, but also completely different. Both offer the base for a great variety of characters, and even though I can't assess the whole potential in Diablo 4 yet, I dare to say that the variance in D2R is a bit greater. I can certainly think of over 20 different builds just for the Paladin. In any case, the build possibilities in Diablo 2 are unique in some respects. You only have to look at the Destruction Sorc as an example, which I presented some days ago. In Diablo 4, it will probably be difficult to build an efficient build where the sorceress strikes with a sword. As point number 5, I would like to mention the beautiful graphics of Diablo 2 Resurrected. Diablo 4 doesn't look bad either, but the engine is completely different. In Resurrected, however, the new detailed implementation of the classic look has become so ingenious and makes the heart of an old Diablo 2 player beat faster. Point number 6. In Diablo 2, various disciplines have been established that have kept many players happy for years, such as speedrunning or PvP. Even though there may be both in D4 as well, it will be completely different. In Diablo 2 speedrunning, I loved the mechanics of how the game generates the maps and how you can read the maps to progress faster. In Diablo 4, on the other hand, the entire outside world as well as the specific dungeons in the main storyline are always exactly the same. PvP is also something completely different in Diablo 2. This of course already results from the different engines and game mechanics we have already discussed. Every enthusiastic Diablo 2 PvP player will definitely understand what I mean. Last but not least, we have point number 7, and that is the fact that there is an offline mode. Diablo 2 is a game that has been modded a lot in the past, and there are already some mods for Resurrected 2. In addition, there is also a group of players who likes to play solo self-found. In addition, it should also be mentioned that Diablo 2 has survived for so many years, although there was a long break without new content. With Resurrected, cool new content was added and the graphics was brought to a good new standard, so it would surprise me if there would be a sudden finish soon. A certain core of players, to which I also count myself, will certainly still play the game for a long time. I also have a lot to do, so for example only 2 of my PvP chars are level 99 yet, and the equipment I also have to optimize. Diablo 4 is also pretty cool, but it's a different grind. You have the open world, and the complexity develops in a completely different direction, which also has its charm, but is just no replacement. It is rather an additional offer of variety. I could imagine that Diablo 4 will replace the third part, but for judging, I have played too little Diablo 3. In any case, I'm looking forward to many more D2R videos. The hype of D4 will not be forever, and I plan to distribute the content for both games evenly in the long term. I say goodbye for today, take care, and may the loot be with you.
Come on. Follow me.